Let's talk about the third yama. When it gets to about 10 minutes, stop it and then start it again. So the third yama is asteya. And that means to take nothing that belongs to someone else. That means anything physical, mental, or emotional. Right? The important part about this, guys, is this. That you need to understand that it's not so much about the taking, but it's about the energy that you guys are in when you do this. Right? So let me give you an example of when everybody thinks it's okay to take things, but it really isn't okay to take anything that doesn't belong to you. So let's say somebody works as a secretary at a job, right? You work as a secretary, and as a secretary they give you sticky notes, they give you pens, they give you pencils, and to work while you're there at the office, correct? Now somebody says, oh well, I'll just take these sticky notes home so that if you're missing sticky notes at home, now you're going to have your sticky notes, because they always replace them, right? I mean, they're there for you, so you're going to take them home. Seems innocent enough, doesn't it? But here's what happens. First of all, you're stealing because it wasn't bought for you to take home. It was bought for you to use there. So technically, you're stealing. And that's why it says asteya. Refrain from stealing is what asteya really means, is refrain from stealing. Steya means steal. Refrain from stealing, right? So technically, if you take those homes, or if you even take a pen that doesn't belong to you, technically you're stealing. Right? So what you want to do is you want to be very, 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 very careful about that, because here's what you tell the universe. You see, the universe, you need to understand the universal laws and the way the universe works. The universe is like this massive genie. And the genie says, your wish is my command. Right? But it goes off of your feelings. Right? So whatever you're feeling, you're emoting out into the universe like energy. And when you feel that, the universe takes it as a sign. That's their communication. That's how you communicate to the universe. And the universe says, oh, she's feeling angry, so I'm going to give her more opportunity to feel angry. She's feeling sad, so I'm going to give her more opportunity to feel sad. Because the universe thinks that how you're feeling is how you want to continue to feel. Right? So if you're bored and feeling bored, the universe gives you more opportunity to feel bored and to be bored. Right? Many of us who teach the universal laws and the laws of success and the laws of abundance, we all talk about this. Begin to feel what it is you want to create, because then the universe will say, oh, she's feeling happy, she's feeling abundant. Let me give her more opportunity to feel abundant, right? But what happens when we take something? When we take something, usually we're in what feeling, would you say? What feeling would you say that we're in when we take that home? Selfish? Somebody said selfish? Yeah. Okay, selfish, and what else? Lack. Lack. We are thinking, I don't have this, right? Isn't that what we're thinking? I don't have this at home, so I'm going to take it and use it. Right? We're in the lack. So we're feeling lack. Think about this. How many times a day do you focus on what you don't have? I don't have enough money. I don't have a new car. I don't have a new whatever. I don't have this. I don't have that. And if I were to ask you to make a list, I bet you could write me a bigger list that says of everything that you don't have. And then if I asked you to write a list of everything you do have, you'd get stuck. After 10, you'd get stuck. Right? And what do we do when we're parents? What do we do when we're parents? What do we say to our kids? When they do something that is something that we don't like, what do we say? What do we say? Don't do it. Right? Don't do it. Why? Why do we say that?
It can be harmful.
I don't like
dangerous.
it. I don't like it. Yeah, ¿verdad? Let's take it in Spanish. No lo hagas. No me gusta cuando haces eso. ¿A poco no? Así hablamos, yes? We do the same thing. Right? And so what happens is you're feeling that you don't like it, and the universe says, oh good, here, let me give you some more opportunity to feel that feeling again. That's how the universe responds, right? So when we're talking about asteya, we have to be careful too, right? Because you're stealing. And be very, very careful. Why do you think we don't plagiarize at the college? Because you're stealing somebody else's words. Plagiarization is stealing. You're stealing words, right? And what about like somebody says, well, you know, when you actually like, let's take a more radical example. Let's take rape. When somebody gets raped, that person is stealing something emotional from them, not just something physical from them, right? So, you know, so you have to be very careful because it's that feelingness. And usually, now I'm going to take it to the radical side, those rapists do this over and over and over because they get an opportunity because they keep feeling that same feeling. You see what I'm saying? Perfect example, perfect example, perfect example. So what we have to do then is do the opposite. Let's start to feel happy before we have it, right? How many of you guys go to church? I'm not, okay. How many of you guys have ever gone to church? Okay? Okay, that's a better question, right? How many of you guys have heard the thing, well, be careful, you know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? It's the same thing. We say that in yoga. Why? Because it's the same feeling, right? So now what would you like to be done unto you right now? Would you like to have more? What would you like to have? And be careful when you say, what is this? What is it that you would like to have more of? What is it that you would like to have more of?
Money, love, compassion.
Understanding, what?
Money.
Money? Okay. Now when you pay a bill or when you, or right now, are you feeling like you don't have money? Okay. So because you're feeling that you don't have money, that feeling is not serving you. Was there a time ever that you had money? Okay, so how did that feel? That's the feeling you need to feel in tune with. You need to feel it even if you don't have it right now. You need to feel it and feel it and feel it. Pretty soon you're going to get it. Because the universe is saying, she wants to feel this again. I'm going to give her more opportunity. But you know what happens? Is you feel this for like 5 minutes and now all of a sudden you think, well, it didn't happen. We give up too easy. We give up too easy. Right? Let me tell you a story. You guys remember, you know who Nelson Mandela is? You know who Nelson Mandela is?